in a minute. Good evening, everybody. Everybody, good evening. This is Sean coming at you live with, we're in the no judgment zone, discussing topics with no judgments to all the places that I'm streaming. My business Facebook page, Tailor Made Training for You, Twitter, Twitch, YouTube channel, Gwen's Boys Mindset, uh, for my uh, for my imperfect, non-judgmental people, that group, 50 and over. Everybody, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are discussing topics with no judgments. You are now in the no judgment zone. So I got two guests. Well, my co-host Brandon, that fellow with the high top fade. Y'all know who he is. And then we have the lovely Miss Carol Simpkins on the show because I get so excited to hear a woman's feedback and perspective on, subject matter that me and Brandon are discussing. So today's title, um, so today's title is, this is something near and dear to my heart, but it's my mom, pretty much. But the title is straight from the Gwen's boy, straight from the Gwen's Playbook. Pretty much discussing the differences between men and women in all aspects, in all areas, from our thinking, from our perspectives, um, everything. So we're gonna go back and forth with some of these issues. But the first gem, like I'm going to be shooting out gems today, and then we're just going to expound off these gems. So, but this first gem I'm going to shoot out because I want Miss Carolyn. I'm going to shoot it at her. The This one right here, and this is something me and my mom had talked about. A couple of years before she had passed away, we had had discussions on how the world has been actually changing and how you know men aren't real alpha men anymore, and women aren't real, you know, feminine women anymore, So, but it was more on the lines of the woman's defined feminine essence that is being lost today. And there are reasons why the defined feminine essence in a woman is being lost, but that defined feminine essence of a woman that's lost, us men, we need that. We need that almost like we need air to breathe, so to speak. It gives us balance as men from what we have to do on a day to day to be men, just as our makeup of the toughness and all those different things. But the defined feminine essence is something that my mom was saying that is being lost in our beautiful women today. And this was a couple of years before she passed away. And we used to have these discussions back and forth, and the breakdown of that, it was pretty amazing. It's hard to have anything continuous with a woman who has lost her defined feminine essence long term. It's probably going to be good short term, but long term it probably won't be a long term because that defined feminine essence has been lost. So Carol, I what do you think about the defined feminine essence being lost in our women today? What's your take on that?
My take on that, Sean, is how did she lose it in the first place?
Hmm.
And my thing is, it's too much contamination going on both parties, the men and the women. And
Hmm.
first, and you know what? I'm gonna take you all the way back to Genesis. We're gonna blame Eve because yeah, it's scriptural. It's her fault. Women were cursed. Um, but men are our leaders. That's scriptural as well. Um, when we don't follow the leader, then normally the line just goes all over the place. And when a woman loses her divine feminine essence, she's contaminated by wanting to be like her friend wanting to be like her friend, hanging in cliques, not wanting to follow the order of a man. You have to have a man in your life. And women, you have to have a man in your life. If you don't have a man in your life that's teaching you something right or giving you the right guidance, then you need to go out there and find one. Don't go out there and find a fool, but go out there and find a man that's actually going to guide you in the right direction. It could be a counselor, it could be a pastor that you trust, it could be a man in your family that you trust. But you need to go and find that man. And if you have lost your feminine, well, your divine feminine essence, you can ask them, how do you get it back? And just like I was talking to someone the other day, women have this thing that they do and they want to do it on their own. And you're doing it on your own. Where are you getting that lesson from? And this isn't something that you learn overnight. This is something that you actually have to have from the cradle. Like, say, for instance, for myself, things that I'm talking about and the things that I know right now, it's not something that I learned yesterday. I learned it through a lot of hurt. I learned it through a lot of pain. I learned it through death. I've learned it through divorces. I've learned it through bad relationships. But who was at fault? I was. You couldn't have told me back then it was my fault. So if you don't know and you want to know, you got to ask somebody, but you got to ask the right person. Don't keep contaminating yourself because you'll contaminate yourself all the way to hell. And I know we hear a lot of men around here saying, well, men this and men that. Men, well, what kind of man are you looking for? And then when you've gone through so many men and it's failed, then you go looking for a woman. You no longer have divine feminine essence. Women can't smell divine feminine essence, men can smell it.
Mm.
Now, I don't know if that's written anywhere, but I feel as though because of the things that I have gone through, that's something that's literally in a man's genetics to smell that true essence of a strong woman. And you do have some men that are looking for that divine feminine essence.
Mm. B, what you think about what Miss Simpkins had to say, man?
Yeah, I would have to agree, and I think women conflate what strength is and what being a strong woman is. For they have a different definition of what that is today. They think being strong is being like a man. No, that's not. That's not what's attractive. Lori Harvey just did a podcast and she was talking about how she was when she was going to get married young, that she realized she hadn't experienced a lot. So, and she had brothers, so she realized how guys move. So, she was just gonna move the way she wanted to, and when the situation no longer served her, she was gonna move on. And women were like, "Well, that's why you guys hate Lori Harvey because she moved just like y'all do." I was like, "Yeah, the only men who are looking for men are gay." So, yeah, I'm not looking for anybody who moves like a man. If I'm looking for a wife or somebody to build my life with, somebody to have my children. I'm not looking for a competitor. That's what women think make them strong is it's a competition, because anytime we talk about, okay, well, women, this is the issues we're having. What's the first thing come up, Sean and Miss Carol? Well, men do.
Yeah,
Well, men do,
the tick
and
for
men
tat.
say that.
Yeah,
Yeah, the
yeah,
tip for tat. Like it's a competition, dog. That's
yeah.
why we can't really get anywhere with the conversations, because it just goes in circles, goes back and forth, and it's the end. Let's be honest too. This isn't like the women of today. They're a product of what was put in place. They didn't come up with this. They're parroting something that was put into place well before they came along.
Mm.
So, and we always have to keep that in mind.
Mm. Man, y'all two killing it right now. So I'm just like,
I want to
man, go ahead, Miss. I mean, I was about to give it to you. I was going to pass you the baton. So, Miss Carol, what do you think about that?
I want to say something real quick. Off of piggyback off a little bit of what he just said. It's like women out here moving like a man, moving like a man. Hmm. Who you moving like, women? A man. Who you dressing like, women? A man. Who you walking like, women? A man. How are you behaving like a man? You can watch and you can mimic everything all day long. Learn that dance, learn that routine. You learning the routine to be a man, but you're still not a man. God didn't give you a penis.
Mm.
He gave us something else. He gave us something. so that we can give it to our man.
mm,
Doesn't say it exactly like that in the Bible, but y'all know it's in there. And I'm probably going to throw it up, but you all know it's in there. Around here playing play, and you're around here playing house. It's out of order. First comes God, then Jesus, then man, then woman, then child. The child has to listen to the mother. Father's not gone. I mean, the father's gone. So yes, the woman takes care of the house while the man's not home. The woman takes care of things when the man is not there. Either way you put it, we are supposed to be following the man. Everything we do, women, if we're trying to go out of a woman's nature and behave like a man, come on now. I mean, stop playing play with men, trying to be a man.
mm.
And then you got women around here talking about, well, I'm looking for my Boaz. I'm looking for my Boaz. Well, if you don't
Yeah.
get your ass in order, you ain't gonna never find Boaz. And I'm just saying, you got to follow the order.
Yeah, I
So in order
agree.
to find
Oh, hey,
Boaz,
hey,
get your
real
ass
quick
right.
too. I
Mhm.
I told my sister this. I told her we because she sent me the clip on Lori Harvey, and we were talking about it a little bit. And I told her, I said, the thing is, okay, yeah, you can move like a man. That's fine. I say, but what women like Lori Harvey don't understand, what her mother, people like her mother, and older women are not telling the younger women is that yeah, you can move like a man, but your results are going to be different because you're not a man. That's the
Mm,
problem, and that's where you
mm,
come out on the end of it bitter.
mhm, mhm. That is very true. Me and my mother, another one of the things my mom used to say it's another Gwen's gem. She was like, Sean, uh, the alpha male is becoming extinct because they've relinquished their power. The divine feminine essence is becoming distinct in more women because they've relinquished their power because they're in competition with men. The order is all out of place because first of all, God made man first for a reason. So for every breakup I went through, for every divorce, for whatever situationship or entanglement or whatever I was in, when I was going through my emotional shit, my mom was always the person who brought me right back to center to let me know, remember who you are. When I ask you, boy, when remember who you are, remember why you was made and why you was made first. A lot of men, and B, me and you have talked about this before, they don't even know their divine purpose on this world. If you don't know your divine purpose mentally, if you don't know your divine where your mentality should be, yourself spiritually, you are lost and you do not have anything to bring to the table. At the end of the day, your beauty is going to fade. His looks and muscles is going to fade. At the end of the day, if you have no mental stimulation for intellectual elevation, what you have nothing to bring to the table. Once you get beyond physicality, this sex, you have nothing to bring to the table. Because once things start, I tell people all the time, my mom used to tell me this all the time too. This is another Gwen's gem. She's like, you're going to find out, she said, with a person, you have to give it 12 months to figure out if you with a smart person or if you with a dummy. She said, Sean, dummies make society moves. That's what dummies do. They can't think for themselves. Dummies don't mind being puppets. Dummies don't mind society telling them, oh, if he ain't got enough money, or if he ain't got this, if he ain't driving this, if he ain't living here or doing this, that's what makes him a man. She says, Sean, society has bamboozled and she says society bamboozles dumb women, not real women. Society only can get in little girls' heads and little boys' heads, not in grown ass men head and grown ass women head. That's the difference. And see, once you start moving like society, and she said, yeah, these women are moving, they are definitely moving like men. She said, but here's the thing, God made man first for a reason. We wouldn't be here if he hadn't taken the rib of a man and made us. So the order is, just like I've said before, men are natural born leaders. When you get in front of that, now we have messed up the order. That's why things are so upside down in the world. That's why shit is going sideways, left and right. Why? Because the order it has not been brought back into place. And now, just like you said, B, the other day, men ain't even standing up for men no more.
Yeah.
Men, you might as well go ahead and get you a skirt because you more for the woman than you are for your own brother that's going through the same bullshit shit that you going through. My mom said, baby, you don't want to be with no woman that makes you feel as if your value is worth a dollar. She said, baby, your value is not in your pocket, what you drive, or what you possess. It's not even in what you dress. Your value is the core and the character of you as a man. See, the core and the character of a man is going to love a woman when she's difficult to love. The core and character of a man is going to love a woman when she's acting stupid beside herself. A core and character of a man is going to try to teach her dumb ass some stuff. The core and character of a man is going to try to elevate you mentally. And the core and the character of a man is not a pushover. God ain't a pushover. So you mean to tell me you want God to be subservient to you? He's all powerful. He's omnipresent. I mean, he's omnipotent. I mean, you want this. So you mean to tell me, which God made man in the eyes and the image of him, you are telling men that you want them to pretty much kiss your ass. That's pretty much what you're saying. So you want God to water himself down as a man who's all powerful, which made man in his image, to follow suit, not to live in weakness, but in your known power. In the book of Proverbs, it also states that a man should never relinquish his power over to a woman. I got that tattooed on my arm. And I also got tattooed on my arm, the ways of a woman are unknown, Proverbs 5:6. That I had to learn something when I went through a devastating breakup. And my mom said, I want you to read this and read this and read this till you get it. She said, baby, something that's unknown and always moving would scare the hell out of me if I was a man. That means we thinking when you sleep, we plotting when you're at work, we doing this, we doing that. Baby, you got to make sure that you understand that your power cannot be relinquished. God gave you your power. And if God says you are not supposed to relinquish your power to no woman, that is the biggest problem right there, B.
Yeah.
These Negroes have relinquished their power, and now they went from having penises to manginas. That's the huge problem. And if it says that, and it took see the
Oh,
irony of this thing, it took a woman to show me that. No man showed me. See, this is how dumb we are as men.
Hmm.
See, here's my thing. Here's my thing. I want to say this for every person I was involved with or whatever. You have never played me. You have never used me or anything like that. If we went our separate ways, I probably done something stupid to mess it up, or I got tired of you, whatever the case may be. But you've never played me because I had the Gwen's playbook since I was a teenager. Everything you did, I already saw coming. I smelt it. I went along with it. I just rolled with it because I wanted to be there. But you never played me. You know how I know? Am I contacting you? Am I reaching out to you? Am I chasing you? Am I doing drive-bys to you? Am I coming up on your job? Am I texting you? Am I emailing you? Am I trying to get back at you? I say all that to say this. In the Gwen's playbook, once you walk away, you don't look backwards. In the Gwen's playbook, dogs chase after cars. You look how stupid they is in the neighborhood. You ever been in a neighborhood in the ghetto, the dogs chasing after cars? The odds of that dog chasing that car, that's catching that car, is slim and none. When you chasing after these women, they're gonna keep running after you. Why? Because you're chasing. See, you got to make it make sense. See, if you can't, as a man, my mom said, Sean, knowledge is power. And as a man, if he has no intelligence, he has no power. Only an intelligent man can lead a woman and teach her something. Because you know why? He is more intelligent than her. So if he's a natural born leader, he should be teaching her new things. Now, if she don't want to adapt to those new things, then she's stuck on stupid. Now within your 12-month calendar that you got you a dumb woman. A dumb woman is exhausting as 153-degree heat, making the day long as hell. So if you want you a dumb woman, you stay with that dumb woman. Because if she can't elevate you mentally, it's like I said before, she has nothing to bring to the. See, y'all thinking bring it to the table. Y'all think I'm talking financially. Let me tell you something, man. Money gonna come and go. You can get that. No, 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 no. Bringing to the table are things that's going to elevate you psychologically and mentally,
Mhm.
spiritually. And if them fools don't have the intellect to elevate you mentally, and it's just one side elevation, man, y'all, that's not a power couple. That's one person on point, and then he got him a dummy. Dumb women can't help a man elevate nothing, and dumb men can't help a woman elevate nothing. When you bring two intellectuals together, those people build empires. They can compartmentalize what a partnership is and a relationship is. A relationship theoretically ain't nothing but a one ship. That's all it is. It's everything's on one person's back. A partnership is team us. We both carrying the weight. If you ain't got it, I got it. If I ain't got it, you got it. That's the mentality. But y'all are stuck falling behind society, and that's why you keep getting what you're getting. Brandon then said it. Carol then said it. It's all society driven. Miss Carol, what do you think?
You're right. It is all society driven. And again, like I said, I always go back to the scripture. If you all, not telling you to go there now, but if you go to Proverbs 21:9, and it says it's better to live on a it says it's better to live on the corner of a roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife. Why? And women, I'm not here to knock you all down. I'm just here to build you all up. If there's any knowledge that I have that helped you, I really hope that you all just take it and run with it, and maybe help somebody else, because there's something that God gives everybody. He gives everybody a discernment. It's you just have to choose whether you're going to use it or not. You know what's right and what's wrong. If you go out there acting like a man, you got to feel a little different. You got to feel different. You got to feel different. And then you have women, they really want to be a man, and you really think they're a man until maybe they even get in some men parts. And I'm sorry if anything happened to some women as a child. I'm sorry if it's a feeling. I apologize for whoever did it for you. I know whoever did it to you. I know I'm not a man, but I want to apologize for all the reasons why we have women out here today acting like men. You weren't born a man. That's not your role, and hopefully that's not your goal. But we have women out here want to be like a man, but they won't hang with a group of men. Why not? You want to be a man, so like I was saying, back to Proverbs, why are we quarrelsome? A woman's ways are even unknown to the men in the Bible. And it started a long time ago. But the thing is falling out of order, not taking order from our leader. Like I said, the leader could be your boyfriend, it could be your husband, it could be your brother, it could be whoever. But we do, without that leadership, ladies, we're doomed. We're damned. We have to get that leadership. You can't get it from your best friend, a girl. Some people say, well, I can go and get it from my pastor, and she's a woman. We need male leadership. And I know a lot of times guys are cutting the fool or saying this about women and saying that about women. Ladies, if you don't want to hear it, walk away.
Right.
Find a better atmosphere to be in. Put yourself in a positive place. Put yourself around positive women, strong positive women that are talking about strong positive men. And yeah, you're probably saying, well, there's no perfect man. There's no perfect woman either.
Ain't that the truth?
So, we have to start somewhere. Whatever you didn't do yesterday, you can do it tomorrow. You're hearing today, do better tomorrow. Do better tomorrow. It's not too late.
B, what you think, man?
Hey, what's that song? Is you is or is you ain't my baby? One of the
Ah,
lyrics they say, a woman is a creature that's always been strange. Just when you think you've found out one, she's gone and made a change. So Yeah, and that's old. That's way back. That's when black and white pictures and silent movies. So it's always been known. But the biggest issue to this, and it's one that people don't really want to address, and they know that's what it is because people don't want to go back to that, and they don't want male leadership, and they claim. You always hear women. I always used to hear women talking about deadbeat dads growing up and dudes who don't take care of their kids. But as I've gotten older, I realized that that was just a bunch of lip service because they don't want dads to be dads today. That's the biggest issue. You remove the protector from the home. You remove the provider from the home. You remove male leadership from the home. So now that you've done that, when you remove the protector from the home, guess who's easily influenced? The woman and the child. Because let's be honest, women are going to go with who has the most power. If China come in here, knock on the door, and they kick this door down, and they say, "Hey, you either conform or die," what do you think they're going to be doing? They're going to be 10 toes up. That's what's
Hmm.
going to happen. They're not. They're
Yep.
not fighting anything, And the
Right.
children are going to have to go along just with the women. That's why they did that. So now everybody's easily programmable now because now those strong male leaders who were logical thinkers who thought on their own, they didn't go with the flow like guys like strong patriarchs like my grandfather was. He marched to the beat of his own drum. He didn't do what society told him to do. But now that
Right.
that guy's gone, he's no longer an influence. Now it's easy, dude. The public school, what they call the indoctrination camp in college, they've done a number on the children. And I saw a study. Yale did a study where they had teachers and they monitored the children that they watched and monitored their behavior and commented on behavior. And you know who they watched the most? They had a white boy, white girl, black boy. They watched the black boy. They spent the least amount of time watching the black girl, and they spent the most time watching the black boy. And this was teachers of all races. So
Why do you
that
think that
tells you,
is? Why do you think that is?
well, look at what our image is, and look what black male image has been.
Hmm.
That tells you how our boys have been under attack, especially in academia. What they want to do. The first thing I act out of turn. My fifth grade teacher told my mom she wanted to put me on this and put me on Ritalin and all of this stuff. They want to drug them
Right.
up and dumb them down because boys ain't doing what they want them to do or they're not learning the way the girls are learning. But we're fundamentally different. But when you take men out of the home, this is the result that you get.
Exactly. All day, every day. And this is the order, and this is what's been going on into the actual present. And then here's the thing, man. Another Gwen's gem is having different perspectives, but respecting each other's different perspective, but then coming in the middle so we can have some mutual common ground. Just because I have a different perspective, and I was talking to a friend of mine, actually, today was one of those emotional days uh, for me where I was talking to my mom's best friend. They were been best friends since my mom was 18, and she shared some things with me, and we were talking about perspectives, and we were talking about how you can have two different perspectives, but still respect each other's different opinions of how you see things, but then you can always come to the middle and have a common ground. One of the biggest differences between men and women, which my mom used to always tell me, is no one's bending to the other's perspective. Just because we think differently doesn't mean we can't come together, respect each other's opinion, but then come to the middle to reach some type of common ground to how we can rectify whatever issue that we're actually going through. But my mom always said that real love is real maturity. You know what I'm saying? So that's like having, let me tell you, let me tell you what real maturity looks like in co-parenting. You guys are no longer together, but you've made a vow to be a team when it comes to your daughter or your son. You're not putting somebody in the middle who shouldn't be involved in that, who really don't have that father's best interest at heart. But you like, you know what? There's no middleman. The people who gonna handle this situation is the person who created this living, breathing child. Now we're gonna come together. We're gonna get along. We have no reason to act immature to just because we're not together and we're going to send one person through hell because we're not woman enough or man enough to be theoretically over the issue. The biggest problems that men and women have with each other is that there's always one person who's not over the issue, still bitter, still resenting, still holding a damn grudge. And we gonna put our feelings, here we go, here we go. My mom talked about them feelings. She's like, them feelings ain't nothing but a setup. We put our feelings right in front of logic. We put our feelings in front of logic. We put our feelings in ruining a whole marriage. We put our feelings in ruin the probably best relationship we possibly have. Friendships for years, business partnerships. We put our feelings in front of logic every single day. Every single day. And them feelings ain't doing nothing but throwing the hot. It's just throwing the rock and hiding the hand. I'm like, you got to get out them feelings, man. Feelings are destroying everything. Why? Because majority of women are they feelings. They more loyal to their feelings than they are the man. They more loyal to the feelings than they are their own family that they created with this dude. They loyal to how you loyal to your feelings before you loyal to the marriage. Somebody please make that make sense. I'm so in love with my feelings that I can't even listen to common sense. But my mom always said, baby, if you get anybody loyal to their feelings more than they loyal to you, that's not gonna be long term, Sean. She right. I've had people leave me because of their feelings. Forget the love. I'm leaving you based off how I feel. What about love? Where did the love go? What happened? Well, sickness and health, uh, for better for worse, uh, to death do us part. We in the worst part. The worst part is in the vow. It say worst, WORS. It's the worst part. But the vow say for better or for worse, right? I mean, does it not say better or for worse? Can somebody correct me? Miss Simpkins, am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay, we in the worst part. So my mom say, baby, if they can't handle the worst part when y'all dating or engaged, they ain't gonna handle the worst part in the marriage. They showing you how they are going to act when things go wrong in a marriage. Sean, if this is how they acting when you're dating, uh, newsflash, son, that title ain't gonna change. A lot of people like to do the Jedi mind tricks. It's like, oh yeah, when I get married, I'm gonna step it up. No, if you ain't stepping it up now, you're not gonna step it up then.
Yeah.
Who you are now is gonna be the same person you're gonna be when we marry. If you mad at me, you're gonna let me go to bed hungry. If you mad at me, you're going to defraud me, which means to withhold back sex from me, and I'm be sitting on the couch. If you mad at me, you may talk to the dude on the job, tell him what the problem is, and all of a sudden you're gonna be like, "Oh, I need my space. Oh, I'm going through some things." My mom say, "Baby, space ain't nothing but somebody new or somebody that came back from the shadows that used to be old. That's what space is."
Yep.
She said, "Baby, y'all lie stupid, but we are the biggest liars." She say, "Men, y'all lie stupid, y'all lie dumb, but we are the biggest liars. We are life-changing liars." She said it first before Chris Rock ever said it. "The baby is yours." Man, that's a life-changing goddamn lie.
Yeah.
That's a life-changing lie. And you know what? We laughing, but I done been through that.
Yeah.
I ain't never told nobody no life-changing lie. Well, they just changed their whole life. The baby is mine, and then all of a sudden I find out the baby ain't mine. I didn't listen, man. I can't speak on nothing that I have not been through, going through, or just got out of, man. A man or woman's uneducated opinion is only as great as their knowledge is of the subject. I can't speak on that stuff unless I experienced it. I went through that. A life-changing lie. Twice. twice. My mom say, baby, life changing lies can't put nothing on your little eyes. Them ain't nothing. I'm changing this whole man life. We be holding out. My mom say, Sean, we hold y'all to that jive ass, bullshit ass standard. And we ain't even holding ourselves accountable or responsible because we hate being accountable or responsible. We talking about we want a real dude, but we don't even let that real dude lead when we get in front of us. But then we go back to what's familiar. We go back to the weak niggas that we can just run over, put our hands on, spit in their face or whatever, and he gonna stay there because he is weak. We don't want the strong man. We talk a lot of hype game. I want a strong man, strong man, strong man, strong man, strong man. And then when we get him, oh, he too aggressive. Oh, he too this, he too that. No, he ain't easily fooled and he ain't putting up with your nonsense. People always have problems with people who are not easily fooled. No, that alpha done been through that. That alpha, his mom had told him all about you. He know about you. The minute you gave him a story, Gwen rule number 22 and 12 is popping up like, no, I already know about that one. You might as well just come correct. Just tell me you got somebody and you want to be with them, but you're just making up all this rigmarole stuff so it doesn't look like you're cheating theoretically, but you're breaking up me so you can get some new dick. I mean, okay, well, let's go. If we go talk about it, let's talk about it. You ain't. Why you got to take me all around the world with this BS lie that ain't even convincing? Just break up with me, and I'll be like, listen, man, I know, dude. Gwen had told me what space is. Sorry, Gwen had already schooled me on space, but I'm gonna roll with it because I care about you. I'm doing this shit right now for shits and giggles. I already know. Gwen had told me about you. Gwen had told me all about you from the rooter to the tutor to the head to the sole of your feet. She told me all about you that got that split in the middle in between your legs. I know all about you. I go with your bullshit. That's why I said, for any woman who think you ever played me, you ain't played me. I played myself because Gwen gave me a whole playbook on you. I know you. Your game is weak because I already know the game. If this woman laid out the blueprint and told me about you every day since I was a teenager all the way through a grown man before she died, I know everything about you. Sean Patrick Taylor, has played himself in every relationship he's ever been in. You ain't never got over on me. I already knew. I already saw the signs. I already know when you change. I know how you change. Everything to your body odor changes. So you cannot fool somebody who mother truly taught. And there's a lot of mothers out there, but they ain't teaching their boys no game on how women actually move. I have played myself, and God knows He is my witness. So you ain't never played me. You never could. Your game is weak. Your lie ain't even convincing. I used to be a compulsive liar. I know how to lie. Your lie ain't even, man. Your lie ain't even old timey. Your lies. Y'all got to lie better. Ladies, I need you to lie better. Ladies, I need you to lie better. B, what you think? You know what, Miss
Well,
Carol?
if
Let's go to Miss Carol. Then we go
well,
to
if
B.
the guys don't get any smarter, they don't have to get better, Sean. They can keep doing what they're doing. The dude's gonna stay stupid. So
That's true. Miss Carol.
Well, I want to say, ladies, don't lie better, do better. Okay.
There you go.
Um, Brandon mentioned easily programmable,
Right.
reprogrammed by society. But why?
Mm-hmm.
Why? The old way still works. The old way still works. We're so busy out here trying to create new things. But what about
Right.
what already exists? It
Mm-hmm.
still works. And
Right.
I didn't get it. Just listening to the things that Sean talks about as far as Miss Gwen, his mom, never met her, but I feel like I know her, have so much respect for her. Sean mentioned real love is real maturity. I had 5 boys from the ages of 14 to 31, and none of them were raised by their dad. However, their dads could be in their life, but that's their choice. I leave it open. I stay positive. I stay mature. But what I do tell my boys is, I'm not a man. The only thing I could do is raise you the best I can. I can tell my boys, go find a man to be in your life so that he can teach you how to do the things of a man because I can't. The only thing I can do is teach you to be a human. I can't teach anybody to be a male, but I can teach a female how to be a female. It's not our job to teach a male how to be a male. Like, is there even a book? Even if it is, we're still not a man. We cannot do that. Um, Sean, you also mentioned loyalty to feelings because it's our weakness, and we give up and we give in and we do what we want to do. It's a choice. America is spoiled. A lot of the
Yeah.
ways that are going on in America, and yes, we are in America, nothing we can really do about that unless you decide to move. And if you do decide to move, you're gonna mess around and go to a country where they're stoning women for behaving like they are. You know why? Because they're still following the old rules. The old ways still work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
America is damned. Still works.
Pretty much.
Still works.
Pretty
That's
much.
that. Hey, and people, and that's one thing about it. People just going about their life, not paying attention. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I told you they're NPC. They're non-playable characters. They do the same thing every day. They're not moving towards anything, not trying to improve
Mm-mm.
nothing. They're not really paying
Mm-mm.
attention. Long as they
Nope.
got their vices or they can do some Uber Eats. You know, the guys, you got your video game, you got your Pornhub, you got and then ladies, long as they can get their hair done, get their nails done, and get
Right.
attention online, attention from some dudes or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
they're fine. But society's collapsing around us. Like the U.S. as you've known it is gone, and it's not
Mm-hmm.
coming back. I
No.
mean,
Mm-mm.
we're in a decline right now.
Mhm.
Big
The
time.
big decline right now. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, dude, they talked about it. 90% of the males walking around right now are not fit for battle. They're not
Mm-mm.
fit for combat.
Mm-mm.
So if
Mm-mm.
something pops off,
It's a
we
wrap.
in deep, deep. I mean, it's a wrap.
It's a
It's a
wrap.
wrap. It's over with, man.
It's a
You
wrap.
know. And now, shoot, even we talked about it even with the military. Like now that they done that down. Now they done changed the stuff on that now, and it's like,
Right.
and it's crazy. But we talked about, you said something about feelings and them being loyal to their feelings because the feelings are their god. So when I realized that, I was like, why would I ever get into a contractual obligation with
Thank you.
someone who's governed by their feelings and they're
Right.
incentivized to break that contract and they walk away with cash prizes and my children?
Mhm.
Why in the world would I get into that?
Yeah.
Especially in this country, the laws here are so archaic. They were set up for when dudes used to leave and go to the store and get a pack of cigarettes and move 11 miles away and start a whole new family. That's
Right.
what the laws are set up for. And women had no education, no means of making money and stuff like that. That's what it's set up for. But it's not like that today,
Mm-mm.
you know.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Not at all. Hmm.
You know, one thing we have to do is black men, and notice I say men first. One thing we have to do is black men and black women, we have to stop fighting each other.
Exactly.
Oh, we
We got,
talk about that all the time.
yeah, we
All
got
the
to stop fighting
time.
each other and have a better solution. There's a better solution, but
Yeah.
somebody has got to listen to somebody.
That's right.
Mhm.
That's right.
Like,
But if we being, I don't mean to cut you off, but if we being honest, I heard a guy, older black guy, say this. He said, black men and black women have never really had that, that type of relationship where it's kind of like, well, and if we had it, it was for a short amount of time, but
Mm-hmm.
even then we didn't really have it where the men was the leader and the women were, the followers. We never really had that. It's always kind of been like a brother sister type relationship
Right.
where we bicker, we go back and forth. A guy, Obsidian, he talks about it. He say all we do is hate F in the black community. That's what it is. We don't really like each other like that, but we still procreating. We still getting it in.
Right. Right. This is true, man. And again, it goes back to what my mom said, man. Society has, brainwashed just the people, and they just going with it, man. And here's the thing: it's like nobody's present, Brandon. It's like you said, and what Miss Carol said. Nobody is present. No one is cognizant of the fact, or even have a sense of self awareness what's going on. They're so worried about the things that's not adding value to their life. They're not paying attention to where the direction the world is actually going. and they're not seeing. And see, my thing about it is that what I love, how my mom raised me and my brother. She said, she always spoke about having an open mind. She said, baby, if you're an open-minded person and you're with a closed-minded person, y'all not going to be able to move forward. You have to be with an open-minded person so you're yoked together. A closed-minded person and an open-minded person, they always going to butt heads, because the closed-minded person, there's no room in their psyche mentally to grow, because they see things one way. It's almost like a person here's the thing. My mom explained it like this. She said, baby, how can you have anything with somebody who ain't never been nowhere? This is an analogy that she painted. Now, I'm not knocking down people who haven't been abroad or whatever the case. I've been fortunate in my life based off the decision I made. I've been all over the world. I've seen some amazing things. I've seen some things. I've seen more depth than I want to. I did tours overseas. I've seen some things that I don't want to, that I've seen some things that keep me up at night. I've done some things that keep me up at night. But the analogy that she painted, she said, baby, what are you going to do with anybody who has not been anywhere? She said, a person who is closed minded is like a person who's been in the same state and ain't been nowhere else in their life. That's all they know. The chances of them pretty much going from a closed mind to an open mind is almost as a slim chances as a KKK member hugging a black man. There's no chance. And if that person is closed minded, because this is all they know, let them go to what's familiar to them. She said, baby, she said, baby, you need to be with an open-minded person. An open-minded person is going to appreciate, my mom always said, an open-minded person appreciates a beautiful mind. An open-minded person thirsts more from a beautiful mind. They're more attracted to the intelligence of that person's thinking, and they can sit and listen to them talk for hours, opposed to this chick just looking for a dude with a handout that, hey, can you cash out me this for this and that, and I want this and this and this and this, and they're not even seeing what's going on. They ain't paying attention to current events.
Yeah.
B, this is why, and B, you said it best. Now B, we didn't talk about this, and I know you finna ramble on because I'm finna question you. B, what's the percentage of our nation population and overweight? What's the percentage?
The percentage, it's like 75,
Yep,
70,
75.
75%.
Okay, stop
Yeah,
right
and
there.
only
And
20% workout.
see, I was my next question. See, this dude, hear me preach that so much, it's embedded in his head. Over 75% of our nation population is overweight. Only 20% of our nation exercises. So if something broke out, war of any kind where, hey, us civilians, we got to fight. Your ass ain't even in shape to fight. You ain't even got your cardiovascular output. You 20 and your no, let me get another ridiculous number. You're 35 and your cardiovascular output of somebody of 100. What kind of fighting you gonna do? You ain't even, your mind ain't mentally trained, your body ain't physically trained. What are you gonna do? You can, okay, you got a gun, but war is more than about pow pow. There's going to come time from some combat, some hand to hand combat. And if you ain't in shape, if you die and walking from your room to the refrigerator, y'all not even, and y'all, and then they with dudes who can't even protect them.
Straight
You're not
H,
even.
straight attack dogs and simps.
I'm like,
And these dudes could be in decent shape, but they don't know how to fight. Dude, you seen the lady who sent her son, a black lady sent her son back to McDonald's because she got cold fries. And when she went to take the fries back, I guess the worker, he put the cold fries or hot fries on top of the cold fries. and she got
Mm-hmm.
mad, and he said they had a little bit of work. She sent her son up there, son shot the work in the neck.
Yeah.
Same with these girls, they'll go get their boyfriend or whatever and come back. The girl, she was arguing at the bodega over a bag of chips. Her boyfriend came up there and he went behind the counter to attack the bodega worker, stabbed the dude boy in the chest, and now he gone over $1 bag of chips.
Mm-hmm. Fellas, I don't care what color you are, green, purple, fuchsia, black, dirt deep purple. Pussies hide behind guns, fellas. Pussies hide behind guns. Now, I have used and have shot off every gun you can actually think of. I'm ex-military. So guns is for you basic people who ain't never been in the military or never been in a war, really had your life actually threatened to actually use one. I'm not impressed by guns. I know all about stupid guns. I was I was able to use them for free, and it was mine, and it was assigned to me, and I ain't have to pay for it. I did real shooting. You out here doing fake shooting. So my thing about it is, just like the fellas. My uncle used to say it all the time. Pussies hide behind guns. Put your gun down and let's have a conversation. Let's see how that go. You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do? You on the movies with your girl or whatever? She thinking she got somebody or whatever, whatever, whatever. Something come happen, ain't no guns involved. When it comes down to them hands, see everything gonna come down to that gun. Sometimes you're gonna be in too close proximity and you're gonna have to use your hands, and that ass whooping is you gonna have to take that. But just like B said, y'all not even prepared out here. You're not understanding the direction that this world is actually going, people. And it ain't getting better. From
Mm-hmm.
month to month, the day to day, the week to week, the year to year, it's not gonna get no better. So if you ain't present, oh, you're gonna be one of the first ones to get got. Because you have no awareness. You can't even be where I there's no way I wouldn't want to be around somebody who's not well traveled and who is prepared, who's literally been in some wars. No, I want that person close to the vest. I gotta have him on my team or her on my team. Because I know if something go down, them jokers and live off the land. I just follow they lead. We gonna be all right. Some of y'all ain't even slept outside in the woods on ground or nothing ever in your life for months on end. I've had to do that. Not just once. I can't even count the times. It ain't pleasant. It don't feel good. You know, it's rough.
Yeah, that's definitely rough. I hated camping. Dude, being outside on the ground, I hated that. So I know they're not ready for that. Shoot, is Sean stuck? Oh, yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Okay, he back now.
yeah.
But Carol, you had said something about black men and black women. All we do is bicker and go back and forth. And I told Sean this, and somebody said that we haven't had a serious conversation since the civil rights movement between black men and black women. I
Wow.
mean, because if you look at it in the back and forth, it's the same conversation. It's the same thing over and over and over again. It's like and the main thing is about power and it's about control and who wants to be in charge. They say, well, we want the men to lead, but the problem is that as soon as a man start to lead, what do? No, not like that though. No, don't do it that way. No, don't do.
Right.
No, no, you can't expect me because they had the whole thing protect black women. Well, responsibility without authority is slavery. So
Mm.
no, I'm doing it my way. You gonna come over under this covering, or you gonna get nothing at all. I mean, but a lot of men can't take that hard line stance because once again, soft, jellyback, spineless,
Mm.
thirsty. They
Mm-hmm.
afraid, don't have the abundance mindset. I do this, man. She gonna leave. She gonna do this, man. Just be a man up. If she left today, what have you lost? Let's just be for real. What have you lost?
Yeah. Grow a dick, fellas. Grow a dick, man. You'll be all right. Just grow one. Just grow one. You'll be fine.
And if more men do that, women have no choice but to fall in line. Especially if a man is something that you want, and men start to say, "Okay, we want X, Y, and Z." What are they going to have to do? They're going to have to do it because women have done that. Women run the dating game, and so
Oh
they
yeah,
say, "Hey, we want X, Y, and Z." And what have men done? They either
they done
acquiesce
it.
or they get out the game.
Yeah, yeah, they sure do, man. They fall in line. I'm like, well, you know what? Whatever. I guess I'm gonna be by myself then. Shit.
Hey,
I'm not conforming or transforming to bullshit. I'm sorry. I'm just not. I'm not built that way. I'm an alpha. I am who I am. I know, and that's the problem. Men don't. My mom said, never forget your purpose. Never know. My mom always reminded me of who I am. When I went through a breakup or divorce, she said, man, you better remember who you are. I ain't raised you to be weak. You're gonna get over this. Yeah, you're gonna miss them and long for them and whatever, whatever, whatever. But don't you contact they monkey ass not one time. Don't you exude that type of weakness. And if they left you, oh, they can eat a bag of dicks, son. Oh yeah, y'all. What y'all talking? What are y'all talking about? What are y'all rectifying and trying to resolve? I mean, serious? She said, "You better not ever let me let you, boy. You better not ever." This was her thing. She said, "You don't ever go back to nobody who walked away from you. Never. They can eat a bag of dicks 2 times. Never, never. Hell
I had a
no.
question for Miss Carol.
Man, whatever, man.
So I had a question for Miss Carol.
Shit.
So Sean, me and you kind of talked about this a little bit. So, and I'm
Mm.
asking, she's probably noticed. So have you noticed? Sean had mentioned it earlier. Have you noticed the new thing is now, as far as dating is concerned, was just a form of prostitution.
Right.
Um, Cash App, what's your Venmo? Send me. You got to pay me. That's what it's going to now. How it
Mhm.
was before, it's not going to be that way anymore.
Right.
Now it's about dudes got to pay.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
So, Brandon, my thought provoking question to that would be, ladies, what the hell is all that about? Do you have a job? I get up and I go to work every day and I don't ask a man for a damn thing because I know what I can give myself. I'm a strong woman. And what I don't want is a weak ass man. Because, what was it? Let me see. Brandon was talking about a few minutes ago protect the black woman. I don't want a woman protecting me. I want a strong black man protecting me. Why are we always asking men for stuff? Just stuff. It's like, gimme, 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 gimme. Always want something. Always want. Y'all, listen, women, and I'm going to say us because I'm a woman, not that I'm doing it because I'm not. We stressing the black man the hell out. I don't know about the white man because I don't date white men. I just don't. But men have a huge job all day because I was told this by a grandfather, I was told this by an uncle, and I was also told this by someone I dated a few years back. Men get up in the morning on their mind, they have what I have to do, what I have to pay for, what I have to make sure the house has. The man is always worried about something that he has to do for the house, but we're always in his pocket, adding the extra stress. Women, what we are supposed to do, if you have a man in your house, what we are supposed to do, and this is also biblically, when your man comes home, I don't care if you did work all day. I'm just saying, if it's hard, make it easy. When that man comes home, you're supposed to make his home, or if he's coming to your house, make it his sanctuary. Know when he wants to be quiet. Know when he's hungry. Know when he wants to watch TV. If you want some attention, just know how to distract his ass. I'm just saying, make it his sanctuary. You know, it's things that women, we are so smart and we're so intelligent when it comes to a man. We could get anything from a man without being in his pocket. If we learn to do what we're supposed to do, sometimes they'll give it to us. Well, damn, she doesn't ever bother me. I'm going to get this for her. Wow, she didn't. Well, I'm going to get this for her. Give them a chance to do something for us. Stay out of his pocket. Are we
Mm.
trying to kill them?
Mm.
Because a lot of men go through so much stress about what they have to do for their families until they commit suicide,
Mm.
or they don't
Damn.
want friends anymore, or they
Wow.
cut themselves off from the world. What are we going to do when it's a manless world? Well, no, it's not going to ever be a manless world. What are we going to do if it's a manless world?
Mm.
We don't have the tools, women, to do none of it. Yes, we're extremely smart, but the intelligence that we have is to help meet the man. When he can't, we're supposed to. When he gets sick, we're supposed to take care of him so he can get back out there and do what it is that he needs to do. Lead,
Wow.
whether it's home or whether it's outside the house.
Mm,
Well, we got to get
mm,
ourselves together. And I'm just one person talking to, I don't know how many women is listening. I don't know how many women are even going to see this. But we got to get ourselves together. And we have got, listen to what I'm saying. We have got to let the black man lead. Damn the white man. Yeah, I said it. We got to let the black man lead. We got to let our kings lead. We got to let our kings come home and rest.
mm.
And then you got some of them say, oh, what about when the man is cheating? Cheating's been going on for so long. Is that what you're worried about? You look for it, you're going to find it. If you think he's doing it, hell, don't worry about it. Do what you're supposed to be doing. I'm not saying I condone it, which I don't, but what can I control? What can you control? If you stop stressing him the hell out, maybe he won't. When he comes home and you make his bedroom the sanctuary or wherever it is that he sits in the daytime, his sanctuary, go down to the end of the house sometime. Let him look for you sometimes. Get out his face. I'm just saying. And again, this is something that I have learned over the years. I was not raised with my mother. So a lot of things that I know, I learned by default. I had to learn up in age. I didn't learn as a child. However, I do know that if you have a woman in the house that's doing the right thing, following the man of the house, and she's teaching you the right things, you're going to go out, you're going to have a good discernment, and you're going to do things the proper way a woman is supposed to do. If you weren't raised in a house with somebody like that, the chances are you can still do what's right, but a lot of the times you're going to do what's wrong. And I hate to say it, if your mama's out there with her hands in somebody's pocket, I'm sorry. Your mama out there being a hoe, you probably gonna be a hoe. If your mama got her hands in somebody's pocket, you're gonna probably have your hands in somebody's pocket. If you stressing a man, if your mama's stressing a man the hell out, you probably gonna do the same thing too. You don't have to be traditional. Create your own way. We have a discernment. Know what's right, know what's wrong. When you start treating men better, I heard a podcast the other day, then you might find that super Negro. Just saying. What y'all think?
The Super Negro.
Yeah,
Super
you know,
Negro, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Dun,
Because
dun, 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 the
you
Super
know
yeah.
Negro.
the average everyday man is shitted on a regular basis. It amazes me. It amazes me the way that women talk about the average everyday man. It's like ill. Like I can't believe you want me to settle for that. Like ill. I mean, like, I'm like, are you serious? Or the hate that those men get. I'm like, do you not realize that that's overwhelming majority of men? And so what happens when those men decide to check out?
Hmm.
I mean, let's be honest, because they do most of the work. They're the ones who keep this country going. They're the builders. They're the reason we have what we have. We're sitting on StreamYard. I'm in the air conditioning with my ring light. Got my cell phone. Got my mic right here. Got all of these amenities, and it's because of men. It's because of what men have done. But there's been seemingly no appreciation for that. So now, what did men start to do? Started to check out. Started to be like, you know what? What's the point? I have no purpose no more. Since I have no purpose, there's really no drive to do anything. There's no reason to invent anything. There's no reason to maintain anything. So, just kind of what it is. Men are walking around listless and angry. Don't forget angry. You cannot forget the anger. Very, very angry. So what are they doing? They're acting out in that anger. And all it's going to do is get worse over time. And one thing about the a lot of women ain't gonna listen to that, Miss Carol. What they're gonna do, they're gonna call you a pick me, pick Misha, and all of that, and call you soft and all of that. They're not listening to none of that because a lot of them have too much experience with men. You know, the kind of experience, that kind of experience. They got too much experience. And if women hates men, it's because she understands men and she doesn't like it. If men hate women, it's because they don't understand women. Once I got a full understanding of what women really are, there was no more hate for anything that they did because now it's like, oh, I understand why you move. I can't hate you because it's nature. All you're doing is adapting and surviving and moving off of society and what's kind of been programmed in you. So I can't really hate you for something that really, for the most part, only thing you have control of is your individual moves. But for as the whole, the programming, you got no control over that. You either buy into it or you don't. And most women are going to buy into it.
Right. That's true. That is true. So, Miss Carol, you said something about help meet the man. I thought that was pretty dope. So, what did that mean? Like, were you just, it was that just uh, like a different version of help me, or I mean, the way that came together, that I thought that was pretty dope.
Again, that is scriptural. Help
Hmm.
me. You you know what? Sometimes I sit down and I have a conversation with women at my work, and I say, why do you feel so bum right now? Why do you feel like there's just nothing that you can do about what's going on right now? Well, and it's the complaining. Who's the source of that? You are. You accepted that pain, so now you're hurting. But I told her, I said, you know what? A woman is not in charge, but we were one of God's greatest creations, you know? And I heard somebody the other day, and this is scriptural as well. We came from a man's rib. A man gave birth to a woman.
Mm,
We came from a man.
mm,
A child came from a woman.
mm, mm, mm.
A woman
Wow.
has to meet a man where he is. He don't
Wow.
have to meet us where he is. We have to meet him where he is. And if
Mm,
we don't meet him where he is, that's just like if a man doesn't meet Christ where he is, God won't be pleased. So, women, if we don't meet men where they are, God won't be pleased.
wow.
So,
Wow.
we
That
are helpmeets.
that's powerful
When I
right there.
say helpmeets, it doesn't mean that we're supposed to be responsible for everything. Again, we got basic instructions before leaving Earth. Read and study to show yourselves approval. It's there. We don't need anything else. Like I said, the old way still works. And Brandon, like you said, many women, maybe not even two or three, may not listen to that. But Brandon, if one person listens, that's good enough for
Yeah.
me. Because
Hmm.
my favorite two words are very few. Very few will go.
Hmm.
How many people do you know go in the right way? The bad room, the wrong way, the room is fuller because it seems all interesting. Then you got the good room that's got some other stuff, seems like it's really hard. You got some strong people that's real curious, so they're going to go in there. So you got very few in the right place, and you got a ton in the wrong place.
Right. That part
So,
right there.
like I said, you women, we are the men's help meet what they need for us to do. And again, follow the right man. Don't be help meet no damn fool that's in your pocket stealing money from you, doing this, making you go to work every day and he's laying in. No, that's not the kind of man we're talking about.
Right.
A strong man that gets out there and he cares about his family. He loves his family. He loves himself. But how can a man love himself if the woman don't love him first?
Hmm.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff.
Imagine your man leaving home every day knowing that his wife loves him, will do anything for him. Or even if it's not your husband, if it's just your man, pisses me off when I have seen so many hardworking men not involved with these men. I have had male friends that work so hard and they be so stressed out. I have cousins that work so hard and that are so stressed out. The reason why they won't leave their wife is because they have children at home. I said, well, baby, you know what? You be unhappy if you want to, because God don't like ugly,
Right.
you know? So, ladies, we got
Yeah.
to do what we, if you have a man in your life that you care about, that you're involved with, you got to do what you can to make him happy. Change some stuff up. And you know what else I want to say? Women need to change the way they dress. What's up? What's that all about? What's that all
uh,
about?
you
What's that
going
all
Brand,
about?
you going
Brand,
too
Brandon,
far now.
Brand,
You're going too far, Carol. You're going too
Well,
far. Going
you know
too
Brandon
what?
said,
far.
"Oh,
I'm gonna say that to say,
Brandon,
I'm
he
gonna,
was like, man, well, man,
I'm gonna
no,
say that to say, y'all brought a woman on. I'm gonna say that to
yeah, we
say,
brought one well.
it's
Mm-hmm.
not attractive. Leave that in the bedroom. Leave it in the bedroom. Because y'all, we're
Mm.
teaching our daughters this. We're teaching our granddaughters this. And they're going out expressing us wherever they go. So when you change, they change. Our children want to be like us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's our children want to be like us. That right there easily influenced. I saw it's a short little video of Sierra talking to her son Future. And he's asking her about the meaning because she got the song called Jump. And for somebody who claims to be a Christian and a wife, she leaves a lot to be desired as far as wifely and Christian behavior. But it's what it's her world, do what you do. But her son is very smart, and kids are way more smart than adults give them credit for, and way more discerning, and have seen way more than you think. And so he asked her about her song Jump and the meaning behind jump, and what are you talking about when this jump? And so she being vague and saying, oh, jump can mean anything, like cars jump, people jump. We know what she's talking about because in jumping, she's making one thing jump in that video. That's why they all there. She's making one thing jump, and it's behind her, and he knows that. He just asked her to see if she was gonna tell the truth. And when she said, "Oh, people, cars," he's like, "Really, mom?" Right then and there, he had lost a bit of respect for her because he already know the answer. He just wanted to see if she was going to tell the truth, and she didn't.
Mm,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. So that
mm,
truth, man, that truth, a lot of people don't want to hear the truth or want to come clean with the truth, man. They want to, they want, they like, they want to just gloss over it, and that's the truth is the new hate speech, man. So he asked her that, he pretty much exposed her, and then she gave him, a line of BS. So, but,
Yep.
it is what it is. You can't help. That's why I tell people all the time, my son knows a lot of my dirt. I just tell him all. Why? Because when he hear it, he be like, my dad already told me. I said, because once you own the wrong that you did, nobody can use it against you. When they bring it up, they look stupid. Everybody be like, oh, Sean talk about that shit all the time. Oh, whatever. He said he messed up. He ain't make no justification. I mean, when I mess up, my mom raised me. When you mess up and you do wrong, you own it. You don't justify it. You don't make no reasons for it. I knew what I was doing. I chose to do that. So I'm going to own that. So whatever consequences, repercussions comes from my decisions, as a real man and as a real woman, you should want to actually, hey, I'm going to take on whatever consequence and repercussion that comes behind my actions. When you own your stuff and you take responsibility for it, that's where growth comes from. But a lot of y'all don't want to grow. You don't want to grow. You don't want to change. You want to just go from. Like Brandon said, I can't knock a woman who moving like a man. I'm just not gonna be involved with that chick. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because I like women. You know what I'm saying? I don't like men. So if you acting like a dude, that ain't gonna work anyway. The minute I see you acting like a dude and acting too much like a dude, I'm like, no. You may,
We will still smash though.
well, yeah, probably, but
Mhm.
long term, that ain't gonna be.
Long
No,
term, no.
no, ain't gonna be none
Miss
of that.
right now.
Mm.
Miss right now. Hmm.
But the thing about it is that, and men, fellas, we got to get smarter with that too, with the self control of just
Yeah.
smashing somebody because we just want to smash. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, fellas, I can't judge you because I done that predominantly, pretty much all my life. For until I got a little bit more wiser in my 40s. I said, but bottom line is you got to be careful, man, because you got these soul ties to these people, man, and then you got to spiritually divorce you people from your spiritually divorce yourself from these people sexually, man, because there's a tie there. So you got to be very mindful of that, man, because when you lay down with these people, man, you get everything that's internally within them, all the spirits, all the demons, whatever the case may be. It's you don't know what you're getting, and now you got to spiritually divorce yourself from that nonsense once you get up out of that, man, because whatever
Yep.
that was that person had, you don't want to carry that stuff with you, because then you don't want to have their traits, because if they got narcissism traits, then you gonna go manipulating people mentally and just be messing around with people and stuff like that when you don't even really care nothing about that person. A lot of people are with people they don't even want. They just with them just to see what they can get. So you got to be mindful of that, man. Again, life is a game of chess. So all these things are pretty much. We're gonna do a part two and part three to straight from um, the Gwen's playbook, man, because she's got a lot of stuff in there, man. So that's the thing, man. So that's why, hey, I tell people all the time, you can't play me. I played myself. Touche to your ass. I mean, that was good. You know what I'm saying? I mean, well played. But you would never play me because I already knew that play. You know, I'm the Tom Brady when it comes to Gwen's boy. I mean, when it comes to the Gwen's playbook, I'm the Tom Brady. I just didn't. I get so mad that I didn't apply it until now instead of later. You know, because if I'd applied the Gwen's playbook to my life, there's, I would say 70% of the crap I've been through in my life, I wouldn't have went through. You know, my mom used to tell me and my brother all the time, you know, you guys got good hearts, you're good dudes. Yeah, you know, y'all raw or whatever, but y'all choose the wrong women. You know, I mean, I had to sit there and, you know, I mean, what can I do, B, when I'm sitting up there and I'm looking at my wins and my losses and I'm looking at this, I mean, I see the record.
Hmm.
Numbers don't lie. What I'm gonna do? Go against it? I'm looking at my record. I mean, my record right in front of me. When that woman say you know y'all got good hearts, you guys are good dudes, you good men, you know, but y'all just choose the wrong woman. And I'm looking at my record.
Hey, Sean, that's like anytime we
That
talk
rec
about
that
good
record
men.
that record is
Yeah,
horrendous.
yeah. Anytime you
And
talk
she
about
looking
good
at it, and
men,
she looking at it, and she looking at me like,
mm,
yeah, I dare you to say something. Your
yeah,
record is horrible. Go ahead,
yeah.
bro.
Think about T'Chaka when he was talking to T'Challa in the astral plane. He was like, "You're going to struggle." He's like, "It is hard for a good man to be king, and you're a good man." That's the truth right there. It's gonna be very, very tough. You're a good man. It's gonna be hard out here
It's hard,
because the
man.
world, man, the world is looking to chew you up and
Spit you
spit you
out.
out.
Right.
And it
Right.
seems like you get more reward for being a man who's not a good man, for a guy who is a player, pimp, mac,
Right.
whatever it is. It seems like you get, it's more reward for that. But that's the appearance, and whatever reward you get for that, it's a reward that's up front. But then no one talks about, you don't see the consequences on the back end. All those dudes who were quote unquote bad boys, pimps, players, mac, and all that stuff, especially when I was younger, I don't even know what them dudes at now. Couldn't tell you. Haven't seen them. Don't know what their whatever their quality of life is right now. It's not great. It's not great because in up front, what did they do? They took the easy road. They took the short road. They took the path that most traveled. And like you said, anything that's worth having anyway, especially to build yourself up, is going to take time. It's going to be tough to do. But most people are not going to want to take that path. It's the same with women too. Men do the same thing, women do the same thing. It's all easy today. Hey, that's why one of the reasons for the collapse is because now everything convenience. The biggest thing right now is convenience. Companies are not even selling products no more. They're selling convenience.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, this is true, man. Well, we're gonna wrap this up because we're gonna have to do a part two, have Miss Carol on again, maybe
Okay.
another lady, so she, insight too as well. But this is good, man. So, final thoughts. So, Miss Carol, out of everything we discussed tonight, if you had a final thought, what would be your final thought to give to the people?
My final thought to men and women is we need to pull together. We need to pull together. And men, ladies, y'all are going to like this. Men, start making the women find a way. We got to figure out something. Find a way to start making women feel more comfortable. Start finding a way to where they'll listen. The women will listen because they're not listening right now and they don't want to listen. So, men, you have to make something attractive other than your penis. You got to find something to help us out, men. Women, we have to listen. Some of us don't want to make a change, but we have to make a change. It's all about making a change. So, ladies, we have to make a change.
Yeah. B, what's your final thoughts, man?
Well, Miss Carol, I hate to say it, but for the most part, for majority, you're gonna have some who see what's coming and they'll fall in line and really have an open mind about being with the man. But for the most part, they're going to stay defiant to the end. And the only thing that's going to change minds is when it's too late and the collapse is here and things going down the tube. And it's everybody can see it because not a lot of people can see it now because they're not paying attention to it.
Right.
But once it's evident, the collapse is here and it's over, then the change is going to start in earnest. But then by then it's going to be too late. So it is what it is. But my final thoughts on this is as far as just black men and black women, I said it before to you, Sean. We have to work out our own issues first
Right.
individually. Women can only get women in line right now. They're not listening to us. It just is what it is. Women have to get women in line, and when they're biting back at women, and men the same thing.
Mhm.
Men, only thing men have to do is men have to care about men because you are in the same predicament that I am in.
Right.
Care about what's going on, and work out our issues. But if we're not willing, either one of us are willing to do that, we're not going to get anything done productive when we come together. It's going to stay dysfunction because we're individually dysfunctional.
Right.
That's good final words, man. My final thought, man, is just being responsible and accountable, no matter whether you're a woman or man. Until you hold yourself to a higher standard of being responsible and accountable of where you are, who you are, and what you do, change can't take place with that either, man. You got to hold yourself accountable and you got to hold yourself responsible. And just like B said, man, us men, we need to, we need to help each other out. We got to hold each other accountable and responsible, man, as men. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to understand that your purpose is a high one, and you sit in a place where you have removed yourself. When you pretty much give up and just remove yourself, now you are out of order with that dude that sits high and looks low who put you there in the first place. That's the problem. Everything is out of order. Until things get back in alignment and get back in order the way it should be, the way it was ordained to be, things ain't never gonna go back to where they need to be because there is no order. Like everything in the world right now. People blame God for this, blame God for this. Why do you let God happen? God didn't make guns, God didn't make bullets, all these chemicals, gas. I mean, all these things, all these decisions we have made, drugs, ships, more ammunition, more weapons. All those things have been created. All the things have been taken, has been created, pretty much majority of them to take out man and take out women, girls, boys. That was created by man. But we blame God for allowing things to happen when we actually create our own situations. Every situation that's been created right now, today, at this time, in the next hour, next second, you have made a choice to create that situation. But then you want to blame somebody else. Until you take accountability and responsibility and being truthful and being honest and not caring about what people think, things ain't gonna get back in alignment. You will never experience what true freedom is and what true power feels like, and true release of oneself, where you cannot pretend to be something. You ain't got to worry about lying because you ain't got to worry about trying to remember this lie and that lie because you are who you are every day. I used to be a compulsive liar, man. I used to try to remember lies and forget lies and tell more lies and get caught up in that lie. I mean, it's just pays to just be who you are. Listen, man, be who you are. If you be who you are, it fertilizes all the fakes out. When all the fakes get fertilized out, now you got the real ones right there, and they're going to be cemented in place. They're not going to go nowhere. But be who you are, because once you be who you are and you're accepted in where, like Miss Carol said, where you stand, and that real person accept you where you stand. Like you got to meet, just like Miss Carol said, you got to meet that dude where he is. And if you're not willing to meet that dude where he is, well, okay, all right. I guess put your vagina up on the auction block. I mean, that's what y'all doing anyway. I mean, y'all, you got to pay. Oh, we got 500 going on there, we got 1,000 going on there, 2,000. We got, you got that wop over there for 3,000. We got the wop over there for 3,000. No, hold on. We got more wop, more wop wop for 5,000, wop for 5,000. I think I see that. Go ahead and keep putting your vagina up on the auction block. That's what you want to do. I'm not gonna judge you. You know why? Because that ain't my vagina. You ain't my woman. You do whatever you want to. That's your business. My business. I mean, what you eat don't make me go to the restaurant. All I'm saying is that that's your business. I'm just trying to put you up on game. Like, hey, there's a better way. I mean, if it's all right. But I mean, you want to put the JJ up there. Put your cookies on the auction. I mean, I mean, for, you know,
Wow.
by all means, go ahead, go ahead and knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? If a fellas, man, you some suckers out there. Y'all some suckers, man. Fellas, if you condone sucker shit from these women, you a sucker too, nigga. Oh, sucker ass jokers. Hey, man, but I digress. But like I said at the end, but like I said at the end of but like I said at the end of every segment, I'll start judging people once I become perfect. And boy, if y'all can't see I'm perfectly getting perfect, boy, Ray Charles can see I'm perfectly getting perfect. Hey man, come on, man. Hey man, a blind man can see that a lot of you women, a lot of you men are out in darkness back there, man. Boy, be over there crying. Hey man, hey we need that. We need the vaginas to be put up on the auction block to go viral. We need this to go viral. They got 5,000. They got 6,000. They got 7,000. 8,000 on that wop. We got a double wop.
Come on, y'all. Let's not start China slavery now.
I'm just saying, man. It's a
Just
lot
saying.
of vaginas out there on the auction block right now, man. That junk funny, boy. Hey, y'all make me laugh out there because I'm laughing at you right now. I'm laughing at you right now. Some dude is laying up with some paid wop. He paying for it too, boy. He sure paying for it, paying all the bills and everything. All right, but anyway. All right, man. Y'all be easy, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the podcast, man. But we straight clowning at this point. Miss Carol, such a pleasure. Such a pleasure to have you on. You was good. You was good. You was good. We got to have you on for part 2 and part 3 too.
Of course.
Part 2 and part 3. B, tell the people how they can find you, man. Find my boy B, the fellow with the high top fade on all his social media outlets.
Yeah. Brandon Lampley on just about every social media outlet: Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, Twitter, you name it. Tomorrow afternoon, Sean, you want to go on mine?
Yes, sir.
All right, so yeah. So we'll be on mine tomorrow afternoon, and too, we're gonna expound on the state of what's going on and how we're pretty much in the middle of a collapse right now. Hey,
Right.
and tell me, hey, you need to have urgency because the time is now, and we're gonna break that down tomorrow.
Right. All right, man. Y'all stay easy. Y'all be good. Miss Carol, thank you. B, y'all stay up. All right. Peace, good
Absolutely.
people.
Good night.
Peace.
Good night.